be living like Carlton if I leave him in the wheel. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the, like, ayy, 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 ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Their spot like, ayy, 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 ayy. I gotta get it, man. Shout out.
Back in week 4, the Seahawks dominated their first matchup against the Cardinals. Can Arizona even the score? The answer comes your way next on Madden Football.
Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And away we go in Glendale. Here's Carter on the return. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. And they're brought out by one of the strongest throwers in the game and a great athlete as well from Tennessee, Joe Milton.
Simply put, there's not a throw on the field he's not capable of making. His arm can reach every blade of grass, which as a defender is an absolute pain to have to worry about down in and down out. And as an offense, it energizes you for the possibility of a big play at any time.
And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
From the 26 on second down. This is reeled in by Wilson. And this one doesn't go far. Third and 4 coming up now. To throw, Milton. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Seahawks bringing out the punt team. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. So here come the Cardinals now as they get sent for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by a #1 pick out of Oklahoma. One of the game's better runners, it's Kyler Murray.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end. It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Seahawks with 6 DBs out there. 3rd down coming up. Operating from the gun. Here's Murray. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. No problem converting on 4th.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Out of the gun. Here's Murray. He's got him. That's McBride. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
He's on the move. Complete out to the right. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
You know, Kate, that really is one of the benefits that comes with experience. You'll feel it. All right, look at the quarterback, never seeing the rush, never looking at the rush. Instead, eyes are downfield, and the big play follows.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Good opening drive to this point. They've got another first down at the 34. From the gun, it's Murray. Escapes the pocket. It's out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him. I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
He'll go quickly to the right. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter, but they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
They send a tight end in motion. Oh, quick throw here, left side. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
So close to getting off the field. The fourth down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. And now they're going to have to buckle down and force another fourth down.
And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the third and short.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. 2 yards on the pickup. And that's a Cardinals first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
The throw is caught. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Murray. Dumped off to his running back. Touchdown, Arizona! Well, Brock, we normally talk about complimentary football at some point every week. So how about the way they've begun this one, huh? Force a punt and then cash it in for 6 on their opening drive.
Can we do it every game?
It feels like it. Almost every game, yeah.
I think you're right. Because that's what the NFL is about. We all know the margins are so small in this league. And the team that typically plays the complimentary ball is typically the team that wins.
Evans now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Seahawks taking the field for their second possession. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Has him on the quick hitter. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the price for moving the chains that time. A quarter down. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Milton. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Seahawks will have a first down. A tight end in motion now. He'll throw it yet again. He finds Fant. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Handoff on second and short. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Pickup of 2 here. And it sets up Seattle with first down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This throw is caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
He's on the move. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up first and goal.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Milton now. He's got it. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. Walker. And he's in for the touchdown. The Seahawks can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Extra point is up and good from Sly. And the Seahawks tie this game 7-7. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Cardinals and Kyler Murray set to take over. And it's not just a blip for him this year. He's been one of their go-to scorers on the ground as we get through the heart of this season, leading all quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns. On first and 10, it's Murray. Short pass brought in. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
From the 35 on second down. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. From the gun, a give to Miller. And he carries it for a big gain that gets him down into the red zone. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up second and 1. Running once more with Miller. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for first and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Flush down out to his left. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And in for the Arizona touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's Carter on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Milton back to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
This is Walker on 2nd. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. The Cardinals decided to use the first of their 3 timeouts. Michael Dixon on the punt. Got 46 on his first punt, and this one's pushing a little more distance. Takes it in at the 21. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. He picks up 16 on the good return, and it'll be Cardinals football. Now Murray on the play fake. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at Glendale. It's the Cardinals with a 1st and 10. Play action now, Murray. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
1st and 10, Murray. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Into traffic, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Well, so far, they've got to be pretty happy with how he's been leading their offense. It has been a great start.
And I'd hesitate to say it's only going to get better, especially if they really decide to keep running this offense through that quarterback's arm.
Tight end in motion right. Murray to throw here on 3rd. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. He's at the 30. Gets the 10. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. That play, Brock. That play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Returnable from the 2. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Cardinals getting out there on offense one last time in this opening half. They'll have to be quick about anything they want to do here. We're just moments away from halftime. Fresh off the pick, here's Murray. He throws a bullet to the center of the... That's complete inside the 35-yard line. He does it. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals take the lead just before halftime. Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Cardinals break that tie and now lead by 7. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Evans now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And somehow he manages to get back to the line of scrimmage before going down. They won't gain anything on the run as time runs out in the first half. So it's halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals out in front. Now we'll send you to our studios in Orlando. We'll catch up with the rest of the league later on. We're right through halftime and on to the start of the third quarter. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Return starts at the 9. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The Cardinals headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And among dual threats in the NFL so far this season, there has been no equal. He's leading all quarterbacks in rushing yards to this point. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Murray here on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
After the sack, another pass on second down. He's got him. That's McBride. Now he's past the 25. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals grow the lead coming out of halftime. Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cardinals double their lead to 14. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's Carter on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Seahawk offense ready to get going once again. Their work really cut out for him now, partner, to follow up that touchdown and get things back to a one-score game. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Jalen Thompson, the man on the tackle. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. They'll go with Walker on the counter. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Shotgun now on third down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of fourth down. Punting unit out now. Michael Dixon will kick it away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Punt meets him at the 28. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Operating from the gun, here's Murray. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
Looking right, and he finds him. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's a Cardinals first down. This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing it.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
This is ahead for about 5. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short, so that's 3rd and less than a yard.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Give him 3 on that game. And it'll be first down, Arizona. Miller with it. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Putting a receiver in motion. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Man in motion, headed right. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals make it a 3-possession game. Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Cardinals stretch their lead to 21. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Evans now to return. Now Seattle all set to go here on offense. They're down 21 now after that last score and in need of a comeback as we work through this game. Walker on first down. They get 37 on the play. And the Seahawks will have a first down. Wilson on the slant. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it'll be 2nd down. Hand off to Walker from the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
There is no thought needed from him. He has been doing this so long, dating back to college and high school. Those instincts, they come at you with a capital I. Identify that run, fire downhill, and get home in the backfield before that play could get started.
Brought in right side. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. We need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
Offense staying out there. Look at this. They're trying 4th and 9. To throw, Milton. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in position. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Sometimes a quarterback gets so focused on coverage down the field, you lose sight of those linemen right in front of you. On that occasion, he throws it right to the D lineman. Easy to get the paw up and swat away a potential first down.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Complete out to the right side. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's a Cardinals first down. Straight ahead, here's Miller. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Handoff here to Sanders. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be first down, Arizona.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave them enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Here's Sanders once more. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it was such a privilege for me living up in the Pacific Northwest and covering the Legion of Boom. But when I see a play like that, all I see is number 25, Richard Sherman. Yeah, he could run his mouth and he could talk with the best of them, but he walked it with tackles just like that.
Third and long for him here. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. The former soccer star, Brandon Aubrey, on now to attempt the field goal. Ball on the right hash, the distance 43 yards. Game's kick is good. And the advantage now.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
He's popped at the end of that one. Painful end to a real solid return there. The Seahawks offense running out now. They passed on the field goal, didn't get it on 4th down. Interested to see what they do if a similar situation arises on this next possession. They've got first down from the 31. Now Milton to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
Toward the sideline and caught by Wilson. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness. That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3. Into the hands of Likely. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They'll throw it again. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
2nd and 8. Throw right side, caught by Wilson. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. From the red zone now. Escapes out to the left. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. They send the tight end in motion. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? And we chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
He brings it in. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. So they're 1st and 3. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. He'll throw it yet again. And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks putting up points in a game decided. Jackson Smith-Njigba with a touchdown. Putting the tight end in motion. He's throwing for it. Don't try and force it into the slant. It's intercepted. And the Cardinals have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career.
Those defenders, well, they're just as excited as all of us when we get to see a 2-point play. It's a chance to directly keep points off the board and can energize the defense and give them that swag when the defenses stop them.
And the Cardinals hands team secures the football. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point of the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock. They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So the